2018 Toyota RAV4 with the 2.5 four-cylinder engine. Today we're doing an oil change. Over at our computer, you can see that this vehicle requires 4.6 quarts of 0W20 full synthetic. And for this oil change, we'll be using the Romeo 84047 oil filter from CarQuest. Let's get to it. Alright, underneath the vehicle, we got our drain plug right here and our oil filter right here. You'll need the Toyota oil filter wrench adapter to remove that filter. But we'll get to that in just a second. The drain plug is a 14 millimeter. And while that oil is draining out, take that time to examine the crush washer / gasket attached to your drain plug. If it is damaged or you question its integrity in any way, replace it. Next, let's move on to our oil filter. As I previously stated, you'll need the special little connector from Toyota to get these things off. And over at our trash can with our oil filter and housing, go ahead and throw away that old filter. Using a small flathead screwdriver or a pocket knife, remove your locking O-ring. Install your new filter. And your new O-ring gasket. Sliding it down into the lowest groove and then working your way around. Using some of that old motor oil, go ahead and lube up that new O-ring and install it. Alright, now when putting this oil filter down, it's very important that once you put it down to the point where you have resistance, you stop. So right there, we have resistance, and I'm just going to give it a little snug. That's it. Any more than that, and you can damage that plastic housing. And if you do damage it, make sure you replace it with the aluminum ones that are offered at your local auto parts store, and you'll never have to worry about breaking that again. But you don't need to put a lot of force to tighten these down. That O-ring gasket is already like ½ inch inside of the housing per the cylinder block, and it's got plenty of sealant in there. You don't need to put these down to like any kind of crazy torque spec or anything like that. You just snug it down, you'll have no problem. And with our oil finish draining, go ahead and put that Oil plug down tight by hand. And again, rotate until you have resistance and give it a good hit. That's it. With everything buttoned up underneath, come back in with a can of brake clean. Clean everything off. Your drain plug and your oil filter area. Leave yourself a clean working area so that way if you're working on this vehicle in the future and you see oil around here, you know that you have a possible oil leak and not that you just left a mess during your last oil change. One thing I love about Japanese model vehicles is that they actually think about the people working on them. As you can see, your hood prop actually has 2 spots for it, so you can open it up more to have more space in the engine bay. Not that it has anything to do with this oil change, just wanted to point that out and talk about how much I enjoy companies that build their cars to actually be convenient to work on. And on top of our engine, we have our oil fill cap right here. Ooh, that's all tight. Ooh, hot engine, hot. And if you look down in here, you'll see that there's a bunch of baffles. Make sure you add your engine oil slowly or else it could overflow and go onto the valve cover, which if you see right here, it looks like we have a little bit of oil debris right here. It looks like whoever's been doing their oil changes has just been dumping it right at the back of their valve cover right there. Add this engine oil nice and slowly. And put that oil cap back tight. ...2018 Toyota RAV4 with the 2.5 4-cylinder engine. We've just performed an oil change and now we're going to reset the oil life. To do this, go ahead and start your vehicle. And utilizing this dial pad right here, wait for the vehicle to go through its opening animation. As you can see, it says required maintenance. And click the back button, scroll down to vehicle settings, go to scheduled maintenance, and reset data. Data has been reset. And with that, you just performed your own oil change on your Toyota RAV4. I knew you could do it. I didn't doubt it for a second. If you'd like to see more videos on Toyota RAV4s, check out that video next. I made it just for you. But other than that, if this video helped you out, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you all next time.